Hi, everybody. It's my first video of the year, so I'd like to wish everyone a happy belated 2024. I wish everyone a great year filled with power, love, light, and hopefully the desire to get out there and help people and to be of service, which is really what we're doing as mediums, healers, spirit workers. This video is coming from a few comments I have heard within conversations I've had with people that I have the honor and pleasure of working with, and when they were talking about what they hope to do this year, this new year, whether it be moving into semi-professional, professional mediumship readings, becoming a full-time healer, perhaps a teacher, starting circles, all of these things. But then, but I doubt myself, or I'm not sure of myself. And then they would say, which is the reason for this video, but that's my humanness. That's my human side. And that was very intriguing to me. I was very impressed that these people actually understood that we are made up of two sides, the human side and the spirit side. And I believe these two sides are in constant conflict with each other. I am currently reading by Geraldine Cummins. There's no front cover. Hold on. The Road to Immorality. Geraldine Cummins was an amazing trans-automatic channeled writer, and there are a lot of books that she has out there talking about past lives and knowledge and insight to the spirit world, what happens when we pass. And she had one opening statement in a chapter that was called The Prison of Our Senses. And she said, your present surroundings are, in a sense, your creation, in that you are mentally so unemancipated, your nerves and senses convey to you your perception of life. That to me is the humanness. What does she mean by that? I believe that we view this world through our senses, through our reactions to what we've seen or felt or had done to us through our lives. So if we were children, if we felt like we were not seen or not heard or helpless or feeling made to feel less than, unworthy, these things move in to our filter, how we view the world through our senses, through our nerves. And this colors everything. And these self-limiting beliefs, that's the human side. And our spirit side, that's we can do everything. We are light, we are powerful, we are eternal. We have a direct connection to God and the unseen realms, the spirit world, the universe. And we do have at our fingertips, if we choose to go within and go within the calmness and the stillness, we have this collective consciousness of this universal intelligence and this wisdom and this counsel. And if we move past our human side, which, like I said, is about feeling unworthy, it can also move into feeling we're in competition with other people, with ourselves as well, moving into a place and seeing the world that's filled with lack, like we don't have things that other people have, and we're not as good, and we can't do as well as other people do. That clouds the spirit. And it makes it harder for us to get in touch with our spirit body, with our true self. I do believe that we are physical beings, but we are spiritual beings first, having a physical experience. Okay. And it is our job, and I do believe this is one of the reasons that we've chosen to come here. Yes, we've all have chosen to come to this physical world, to move past the noise, to move through our external sensors, our senses to the outside world, and move within and find that pure and perfect being that we all have, that will guide us perfectly through life and will allow us to achieve what we're meant to achieve here. That's the game. That's the trick, is to not let the external world move us outside so much that we forget about our spirit. I believe when we are born into this realm, to this physical realm, as children, we are pure. We are a clean slate. We are a burning bright light. And we are confident. And we see the world as a wondrous place filled with miracles. And then life gets in the way. Take your head out of the clouds. Don't be such a dreamer. You have to be logical. You have to be sensible. You have to be responsible. Yes, you do have to be these things. But I think the moment that a child realizes that they have to join the masses and do what everyone else is doing, they stop being unique, and they stop having a connection to this unique flame light of God that resides within each one of us, and it gets dimmed. And then we start focusing not so much inward, but outward on what everyone else has. I want what everyone else seems to acquire. I want to be how everyone else is. I don't want to be unique. I don't want to stand out. I don't want to be the weirdo. I don't want to talk about things anymore that make me different. So you start suppressing all of this. And then your spirit, I don't think your spirit is ever dulled. I don't think your spirit can ever be extinguished, but we sort of lose touch with it. And the more you can go within in stillness and try to find that harmonious and even mind that we need, and that only comes from going within and trying to eradicate the outside noise, which is then imprinted on your consciousness, on your senses, but going really deep within and going back to the original good, the original God, the original love, which is inside of us, which is our spirit. And our spirit is really here to serve others, to help others. If we all feel love, we're all loved. If we suffer, we all suffer. So we're all connected. And I think that's really lost within our daily walking through this external world, this physical realm. And it's what Miss Cummins meant by what she wrote. By our senses and our nerves really keep us unemancipated, and then we can't really see the world for what it is, which is a classroom, which is a place for us to progress and evolve. And I do believe that's really what a lot of people mean when they talk about their humanness getting in the way of their potential. Look, we all come from different backgrounds. We all are raised differently. And I feel a lot of times we're conditioned to just get through. Let's just get through this life. Let's just live the way we're supposed to live and do how everyone else is doing things and just survive, which is fine. But a lot of us, when you have the spiritual awakening, you go within and you touch a piece of the divine, which is in your spirit. And then you see there's more to life than just acquiring things, than just the material world. And all of this is temporary. We're all focusing so much on the temporary things, and that can also be situations. This life is filled with stress and drama and trauma. That's true. That's what this is. It's a dirty classroom sometimes, but it's a place where we can learn. And okay, so for example, if we're being confronted with just a lot of stress, whether it be economic stress, health issues, people that have passed that we love, so we're grieving, if you can go within the quiet and go within and just stay there for a few minutes, I guarantee a lot of you, and myself included, you'll hear a voice from within, this too shall pass. Everything will work out for the greatest good, the greater good. This will pass. You will be okay. And then a sense of calmness comes. And I do believe this sense of calmness and harmony, that's your spirit, right? So instead of judging and really living in this world through our reactions, which is what this filter is, I feel, through our senses and our memories, which are sort of triggering us to react, stop and just go within and wonder, okay, what am I supposed to learn from this situation? How does this help my spiritual journey? How does this help my unfoldment? How can I progress and evolve further so in turn, when other people are going through the same problems and having the same issues, I can help them? Because that's the point. The point is to move past this humanness and this human side, which is, I find a lot of times, very self-serving, and you're only looking out for number one, which is you living here, and not understanding that we're all connected, and this is collective of spirit, all living this physical condition, this human life at the same time. But when we all pass, we will all join back together, and we'll all take everything that we've learned and add it to the collective consciousness, and then we will evolve. And then the next generation that comes will have this knowledge within them. So when you're confronted with problems that you feel are unsurmountable and there's no way out and you're feeling helpless, that's when you need to go and touch your spirit and communicate and commune with your spirit and learn to speak the language, or relearn, I should say, to understand and speak the language of your spirit, because that's our first language, is the language of the spirit. And it's the same with mediumship. A lot of people say, well, I don't know how to communicate with past loved ones for someone. No, you do know, you've just forgotten. So that's what the development is. That's what sitting in the quiet is. That's what sitting in the presence of the spirit is relearning this original language, which is the language of love, which is the language of the original good. So I'm hoping that as we move into this year, people can divide themselves consciously of, that's my human side. That side, that's the reaction that is like, how dare you do that to me? Why can't I have what they have? Why can't I be as good as they are? Why do they have all these things and I don't have anything? To your spiritual side, which is, everyone has their own path. Everyone's path is unique. You are on the path you're supposed to be on, and you have to learn and collect and pick up knowledge as you go down your path. And everyone's path meets at the same destination, but how you get there is unique to you, right? So try to just think about, am I judging this situation for the reality, or am I judging it through my senses, my memories, my reactions, and is that clouding the whole picture? And that's usually what happens. I think a lot of us living keep our heads down. We focus on what's happening to us, and a lot of times we ask, why is this happening to us, instead of asking, what can I learn from this situation? And that moves us closer to our spiritual truth and gets us away from this human side, which I don't feel is really helping that much. If you look at the world right now, there's a separateness going on in the world, and I do believe that's the human side. I think when we think about ourselves as individuals that are not connected to anything else or anybody else, that's when the separateness in the world starts. And that's when all of this loneliness and turmoil and suffering begins, is when we separate from this light that connects us all. I want to be happy so I can help other people be happy. I want to evolve and progress so I can hopefully, even one person, help one person move closer to their progression and evolution. But if I do it from a place of ego or competition, that I want to be better than everyone else, that I'm superior to other people, then I'm falling right back into the trap that humanity has been in for thousands and thousands of years, and doesn't help anything. The world is not a very pretty place right now from where I'm standing. There's a lot of war, a lot of suffering, and I do believe also what Spirit has told me, that this is the time of illumination and enlightenment. And I think that comes from within. We're not waiting to be illuminated by something external. We're trying to illuminate the world with our light from within. We're trying to enlighten ourselves so we can help enlighten the world and bring people with us. That's the spirit side. The human side places blame on different people, places blame on, you shouldn't be doing that, that's wrong, this is right, and judging them, right? So all of this, all of what's happening in the world right now, that's a symptom to what is happening on our planet and with humanity. But I really do feel in this new time of illumination and enlightenment, we'll be able to help as many people as possible realize that we're all connected, that we're all living under the first principle of spiritualism, which is the fatherhood of God, going into the second principle, which is the brotherhood, and I'm going to add the brotherhood and sisterhood of man, of humanity, if I want to be more PC about it, that we're all connected. We're all living under the same umbrella, but we're all family. And I believe that's the spirit side. So in this year, see if you can do this. Whatever your spirit is pushing you to do it. Your mind will kick on for sure and say to you, who do you think you are? Why do you think you can do that? Why do you think you can run a circle? Why do you think you can teach? Why do you think you can be a professional medium, a professional healer? Who do you think you are? You're not good enough. You need more training. We always need training. The training never stops. Our development does not stop. But all of that stuff is the human side, right? So, and that's how you were raised. And that's things that people told you through your life, well-meaning or not so well-meaning. It doesn't really matter. You still took it in. It's still ingrained here. So when these doubts kick up, when this lack of self-confidence picks up, when you feel small, when you feel unworthy, try to just stop and dissect what you're feeling that has nothing to do with now. If your spirit, or the spirit realm is nudging you to go and step into your power and build your light and be that beacon of light for people that need help, do it. Spirit will help you. You have to create the space for spirit to channel their power and energy to. And a lot of that comes by not listening to this human stuff. That you're not good enough, that you don't have the credentials, that you aren't powerful enough, or you have to start somewhere. Or even if you haven't taken any mediumship or healing classes and you're being guided to do that, but your human side kicks on and says, you can't do that. You don't know how to do that. You'll never be able to do that as good as everyone else. Just do it. See if you can quiet the senses of how you're viewing the world, and more importantly, how you're viewing yourself, and just move into the light, move to the spirit side, which is our compass, and just do it. Look, a lot of times in my development, I've listened to all of these things in my mind. You're not good enough. You're unworthy, imposter syndrome, all of these things. And I've stayed put. I haven't moved. But once, I didn't want to call it bravery, but once this power took over and just said, just do it. Honestly, what's the worst that could happen? Try it. I'm telling you, it will always work if you follow your spirit and follow your intuition, your inner voice. That's your spirit. Okay. It will always work out. But when I finally started to listen to my spirit, I had so many people telling me, what you're doing has no value. You're not good at this. You're not a whatever. You're not a medium. You're not a healer. All of these things. You need more training. Why are you doing this now? Why are you doing this online? Why are you doing so much in terms of videos and recordings? You need to be out there. I just kept going to where my spirit was sort of pushing me. And then when I looked up, I was exactly where I was supposed to be. So I stopped listening to people too much. And I kind of stopped listening to this critical voice that we all have. And yes, that little child within me that was unseen and unheard, or made to feel unseen and unheard and unworthy, he definitely makes his presence known quite a bit. But like I said before, that's where I have to dissect my reaction. That's the human side. And once I can get through that, and that definitely filters the connection I have with my spirit. But once I can get through it and feel that power within me, that I have things to offer, that I am worthy, as we all do, each one of us can learn from each other. Each one of us would be better if we listen to each other. Each one of us has the right to shine and to feel powerful and to feel light. The spirit feels light. The spirit feels that nothing can stop you. The human side feels heavy at times, is filled with doubt, with trying to compensate for things, with wanting to be seen in terms of the ego. That's how I judge how I move forward at this point. If it feels light and it feels calm, that's the way I go. The human side is more chaotic because it brings in the chaos. It sucks up the chaos, and then that in turn clouds my reaction. And then you react that way to life. So I digress here. Please try to make this year about the year of the spirit, of allowing your spirit to guide you. Even if you have no idea why you're going right, go right. And you will lead yourself to a place, and your spirit will lead you for sure to a place that is better than you are right now. Okay. So let's make 2024 and beyond the year of helping. First, help yourself and then help others. So I've learned a long time ago that spirit will continue to send you lifelines. So if any of you are getting asked to do readings, are getting asked to, I don't know, be part of a program about the spirit world or spirit work or anything, healing, whatever, do it. Don't let that voice inside of you say, you can't do that. You're not ready. Do it. And that will lead you to other things. But you have to listen to what the spirit realm and your spirit is telling you, and not let doubt and the lack of confidence impede your path. Okay. So once again, if you just think about what Miss Cummins said, as I pull it up, sorry, your present surroundings are, in a sense, your creation, in that you are so mentally unemancipated, your nerves and senses convey to you your perception of life. Okay? Listen to that. It's a very important sentence that she's saying, that she had written through her. So that comes from spirit. You're responsible for your perception of how this life works and for your perception of yourself. And I don't think you're ever too old to change that and to clear yourself, yourself, forgive others, and you'll see your energy will shift and this cloud will be lifted. And you can then get in touch with your own spirit if you find this harmonious and even state in your mind, meaning inside, and listen to yourself and trust yourself. Okay. So that went a bit like this, but I think it's an important lesson. Okay. Thank you very much for listening, and I will see you all soon. Bye.